Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the shed for Hotdog on Sunday with a Father's Day special. And what you see before you is the box for Hello Dino. Box for a Horwich crab. Very nice Bachman model and Father's Day card. This Father's Day present from Richard, which I'm very grateful for. Super duper. So without much further ado, let's get it running and see what it looks like. Here we go. First of all, can you hear me okay, Dino? And there's Paul. Hello, Paul. With some suitable mineral wagons and a suitable VR brakeman. There we go. Picture and sound all good. Excellent. Dwight Curley. Hello, Dwight. Welcome to our American cousins. Just in case you're on the other side of the border, just even slightly. Welcome into all our Canadian cousins as well. Peter Webster and Kyle Stevens. Greetings. Right. Yes, to all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And Jean Ricard, you can't go too far wrong in the world if you've got a good Dane on your side. Thanks for coming, Jean. Here we have what's known in the trade as a Horwich crab, 260 wheel arrangement with the cylinders set at an incline angle, which gave it the appearance of a crab. So the name stuck, I'm afraid, but so there you have it. Yeah, it's very nice. Let's see it running. I wonder if that constitutes a coal contest. So I know there's I can't remember what you call it. It's not really a competition. It's like a challenge to have the biggest coal contest or something like that. I know there must be some rules to it, but I just don't know what they are. Right, and on to the track, let's just get them moving. Here's my trusty hot loafer. Yay. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you. Right, I'll just give a little more speed to the crab because it's only just run in. Yes, I did run it in. I ran it both ways, every which way, so everything's bedded in. And yeah, it's performing faultlessly. And I don't expect anything to change there because I don't usually put my foot in my mouth. If you buy a Bachman loco, these are the boxes that the Bachman locos come in the UK. It says on it Bachman branch line, tells you what it is. It's the crab, 176 scale, and yeah, the Bachman name over here does stand for quite a bit. They're the ones to beat. Right, I'll just lift you up from there. Lock you on there. Here we are. Hey, happy day, everybody. Yeah, pretty hot at the moment. coming up 85 degrees. So there's a little bit of a breeze, but I'm not catching too much of it in here. Hello, Al. Nice to see you. So yeah, look, Niagara Falls t-shirt, Canada. Yes, have been there. Got the t-shirt to prove it. The Maid of the Mist. Could do with being on that at the moment because it'll be certainly a little cooler. But apparently we've got thunderstorms at 3 o'clock today. So it's now a little after 1. 3 o'clock today. Yeah, we're going to get a deluge and some cheap pyrotechnics. So without much further, there's Andy Dobson. Hi, Andy. Yeah. So happy Father's Day, everybody. For those of you that are fathers, and welcome in for those of you who are mothers. Yes, we don't play any favourites here. Everybody's welcome, as long as they behave themselves and are of an age to appreciate some of the stranger comments that we do attract when we get into our more mature years. I'm sure you understand. Yes, indeed. Right. I'll just adjust the camera so you can see the action. For a start, Southern Railway. That's been fly relief for my my drink of the day, which is pineapple and banana, and I shoved a bit of Malibu in it just to spritz it up a bit. Cheers, everybody. It's very good. Right, let's shift the camera and we shall see what we shall see. Now, it's a bit overcast at the moment. As I say, there are thunderstorms on the way and we're going to cop them around 3 o'clock, although it's supposed to be fairly local. So you might get it, you might not, it might miss you. So it's one of those kind of things. Yeah, cheers, Andy. Here we go. Right, I've cleared off all of the marshalling yard. Oh, you got a Peroni. That's a beer. Italian beer. Yes, definitely. Yes, I do like that. There's that trusty cop loafer. That's something else I like. Unusual. And there goes the Horwich crab. Let's just have a quick look at the box. And I can fill you in on what it actually is. Well, it's called an LMS crab. 2765. British Rail, line black, early emblem. And it's got an 8-pin DCC chip, an 8-pin DCC socket in the locomotive. So if you wanted to sound fit it, might be a difficult one. You'd have to go for small speakers, or you could extend the speaker through to the tender. There's nothing in the tender, not even any pickups. So the pickups you see are the ones on the engine, and that's it alone. So anybody thinking of getting one, if your track work, it will soon tell you if your track work's not up to it, which is one of the reasons I went for the Electrofrog points. Or if I was starting off today, I'd go for the Unifrog points, which allow you to do either Insulfrog or Electrofrog. It's a bit of a halfway house, but as it's Pico, they do know what they're doing, and they do test it all out before they manufacture something, unlike some other people. So, cheers, everybody. Oh, right on. Oh, there's Lee. Hello, Lee. Cop Loper and a LMS crab in British Rail colours. Fox Hill Railway. Hello, Neil. Nice to see you. Cheers, Neil. I'll just give you a little reappraisal, Neil, of what we've got today. We've got a Dutch koploper in Delager Landen livery. And my Father's Day present from Richard, which is coming past you right now, a crab. Oh dear, I've been given the crabs. So never mind, I can put some ointment on it. Well, to tell you the truth, Neil, I had a cuppa and I thought that hasn't done much for me, so I better have a cold one. So I had my smoothie prepared, so it came straight out of the fridge, and it's still fairly cool. There's Scott Rouse. Hello, Scott Rouse, and a happy Father's Day to you too. I don't know. You don't know if you are a father, but if not, happy day. And Robert's train set. Hello, Robert Valentine. For those of you that know Robert, is what would you call it? Platform, if you like, is Robert's train set. And those that are here would know Robert, particularly for his work with iTrains and all of that complication. Cheers, Robert. Have a smoothie. Ah, yeah. Here comes my Father's Day present, which is the Horwich crab. Yeah, it's a little bit sort of light and shade there. The blue set, Andy, is a Dutch koploper made by Lima. Wasn't that expensive. It was just over £100 for the 3-car set. And I found this in the UK. So they do exist and they are over here. It's it was their attempt at making an electric multiple unit which you could match up in 3s and 4s as a set, and then open up the locomotive end, if you like, the fat end with the cockpit on top. And there was a set of doors there, and out came the concertina, and you could rig it up to another 4-car set, make it an 8-car set. Yeah, it's really unusual, Andy. It really is. Yeah, it does look crazy, and I think that's why I really liked it. But I know Marklin and Tricks have made one, but you're looking at 500 quid, and that's even for a second-hand one. So I don't know. What I'll do, I'll just adjust it a little bit so you can actually get to see some more of the action. If I put it a little bit in the shade, just there, you should be able to see things come around. There's the old koploper with its very funny 747 like looking front end and back end. Nice crab. Woohoo! I had a Dutch livery class 33. Yeah, of course, the Dutch livery was, I suppose that phrase was coined because it is very similar to the NS livery that the Dutch were using at that time, which was, what was it, yellow and grey? TGV, Neil. I tell you what, if I was going to get one, I'd get one of those funny chiseled looking BBs or CCs. I can't remember what they're called, but they're the ones with the windows which are sort of over vertical. I really like those, so I may look out for one. You never know. There's the Dutch with its mineral train. Looks like coal to me. Yeah, it's unusual, and we do like unusual. I'll just give the crab a little more speed because I don't want to put it under too much strain. Yeah, that's the thing, Neil. They're still going in Amsterdam and on various routes. They've lasted really well for what they are. The only difficulty I might get is doing DCC sound for it and not having a sound file. So, well, Neil, if you've got any connections, you might have a sound file for a cop loper. Let me know. But I know some Dutch guys, and they sort of shrug their shoulders. So difficult one. There goes your Horwich crab. There's Digger Evans. Hello, Digger. Hope you got your Facebook sorted out, mate. Jean Ricard, I think the livery was for the Airport Express and should resemble KLM airline livery. Yeah, yeah, which is also blue and white, from what I recall looking at the pictures. So, yes, I have run in the crab, but it's still probably a bit tight. So we'll give it a damn good running session today, and then it should be ready for anything. Sean Pacific is having a lazy day today. Well, Sean, if you're having a lazy day, you can get yourself into the live stream. Right, let's move you once more. I'll just move you out of the light. Forgive my hands. That may well be a little more of a suitable position. Yeah, and why not? Oh, there's Hi. Hello, Hi. Happy Father's Day. Talking of Dutchman, there's a Dutchman for you. A nicely trundling cockloper. I do like. Ah, I gather you're home now, Hi. And here comes the Father's Day present, which is the LMS Crab 260 with inclined cylinders, which gives it that very funny look, resembling a crab. I think the one's a CC 40100 SNCF Tokay dual electric loco. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Neil. But you know what I mean about the driver's windows, where they're set at a very funny angle. Anyway, Neil, are you having the same weather we're having over here, which is hot and sunny, but a little thundery? Dino would like to buy the Lima Orange TGV model. No reason you can't, Dino. I know you're going to have a little 2-rail thing as an aside from your 3-rail stuff. So as long as you keep it a short one, you should be able to make that count, okay? Hot and sunny too, right. Just got back from Tenerife and it was super there too. Yeah, nice to have a bit of a holiday. I don't think we're going to have a holiday until it's well out of the school season. So we're not trying to get around loads of holiday makers and screaming kids, which I don't have to do anymore. Well, Digger's had a big thunderstorm. Yeah, apparently we've got one set for about 3 o'clock. So in that case, once the live stream's finished, I'll give the crab a bit more of a run, and then I'm going to clear out of here too sweet, just in case we do get some thunder and lightning. 83% chance here tonight. Yeah, Hertfordshire's looking a bit hit and miss, Robert. It's going to be, you might cop it and you might not. So it does sound as though it's going to be very local. 5 p.m. in the West Midlands. Yeah, that does sound about right. I think the weather prevailing winds coming up from southeast. And Warwick Road Andy's in. Hey, live newbie. Nice to see you, mate. What you're seeing before you is a Dutch coploper and a Horwich crab, which I got for Father's Day from Richard, which I'm extremely grateful for. There's a card which you would all recognise as a 060 Pannier tank. So yeah, I won't treat you to the slushy words, but I'm sure you understand. Now, guys, if you haven't done already, if you could tickle the little like button, I'd be most appreciative. That'll keep up my algorithm. Oh, there's Chris. Hello, Chris. How lovely to see you. And happy Father's Day if you are one, and happy Father's Day if you're not. Like I say, we don't play any favourites. It's now cloudy and a little rain is coming. Temperature is 27 degrees. So high, that's going to be 27 degrees and humid. That's few. And that's not very comfortable when that happens. Is there any breeze to go along with that? We've got a little bit of a breeze here, but it's not really shaking the trees much. There's Roger. Hello, Roger. Have a coploper. Which is a Dutch electric multiple unit. And here comes something you would know a little about, and that's the Horwich crab, which I did get for Father's Day. You know, just popping in. Well, make sure it don't pop out, mate. Now, Cornwall must be delightful at the moment. So, according to Robert's YouTube system, Alan from Dragon Junction Mark II subscribed to me in the last 3 months. Yeah, but Robert, if he dropped out, or if YouTube took him off of you as a subscription, he would then have to subscribe again. So if you go through your subscribers and you think, hang on a minute, where's Neil at Fox Hill Railway? When you go onto his site and it says unsubscribed, and you think, what the hell's going on here? And of course, then you subscribe again, and off the thing goes again. A little breeze southwest. Okay. Well, that sounds okay. Roger says, laugh out loud, Andy. I'm in old. I do the best I can. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I do know the feeling. Getting older by the day. Well, not everybody has set their account to public, which means you don't see it. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, good one, Hi. YouTube do it all the time. 3 times in the past year. What has YouTube got against me? I live a fairly clean life. Uh, I don't go around disrespecting people or spitting in their face or anything nasty like that. Um, I like to think I'm a fairly happy individual. I haven't really got anything too much to be unhappy about. So I don't know. Um, I don't know what criteria that YouTube use, but it's something strange. I've lost 3 subs in the last week. But luckily, gained one again now at 432. Well, you should have 432. You should have 1,432 high. Such a talented Dutchman. What can you say? And Robert, I hope you're keeping well hydrated with tea. Ah, yeah, Chris. How's how's South Wales looking for weather at the moment? You get your tea now. Yeah, you go get it, mate, and keep yourself well liquefied. It's just started raining there. Oh well, that may well freshen it up a bit high. Not here for subs, just like doing what you do on the channel. Yeah, that's right, Lee. Yeah. But if you've got subscribers and then they suddenly disappear, it does make you ask some questions. Um, I don't know. Clouding over. Chris reckons it's going to rain. Hey. Well, that might keep the pollen down. I don't know if you suffer from hay fever, Chris, but it's certainly something to watch out for. Warm and hot here in Cornwall. Um, is there a better place to be on a hot day than Cornwall? It's debatable. There must be videos. They don't do it. YouTube will remove them. Um, yeah, but how do they set the criteria high? I mean, there must be limits on it, or is it just completely random? Usually don't unless it's very high count. But my eyes been itchy this week. Yeah, I understand that. Yes, I don't tend to get the full Monty. Yeah, random. I don't tend to get the full Monty with hay fever. Never suffered for it most of my life, but just a little more recently. Times when I've cut the grass or various, the grass has been pollinating, which you can't tell by sight. Um, you've got blooms breaking out, and of course they're releasing pollen and scent and all kinds of things. Um, there's a beautiful rose that's just popped out just outside the shed. There's a little rose arch there. I could just, if I can just show you that for a minute. All right, here we go. Look at that rose there. That has got a cracking smell. But I know if I go and bury my nose in it, I might be asking for trouble. Here we go. Let's get a bit closer to the action. There's the crab. What hey? It's actually pretty nice. Hey, that's it. Yeah. Right. What have you got to say, Dino? You're going live to an empty room and goes up with the video. Right. Okay. Random. What a railway shed Dino says when filming in your shed, do you have problems with natural light coming in? Only what you see. See, I've got blinds on every window. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Each has got a blind. It's a white blind, one of which you see up on the left, and I've got it set in the closed position so we don't get too much interference with the artificial light which is sitting up there and the natural light which you see from there. From what I can see from where I am looking at the screen, I don't see any flicker. If you can tell me if you see a bit, that would help. The only difference is when the cockloper comes past, it does tend to reflect a little more light, and it obviously triggers the camera. Yeah, it's a fantastic Father's Day present. I'm chuffed to bits, I really am. I am stoked. To coin an American phrase, absolutely stoked. I know that can be an issue, Dino. It depends what your frame rate is on your camera. It depends what your lighting is as well, and it depends what happens when the two meet. Oh yeah, it took ages, Roger, with a syringe and copy decks. What I used to do is go around with a syringe, go in between each sleeper, and then cover it with ballast. Let it dry for 24 hours, and then with a little micro hoover with a little bag on it, go over it and clean off all the old ballast, and that can go back and get reused. And it took months to do the whole lot, but you just do a little bit at a time. There's Artie. Hello, Artie. Close the window, it's cold. No, it bloody isn't, mate. I know it might be cold for you at the moment because you must be in your winter, but all of a sudden it's got very hot, and you know what the ponds are like. Bunch of fairies, really, particularly when it comes to the heat. Oh, okay, Neil. Better do what the other half says. Thanks for coming, mate. Always great to see you. What about you, Peter? What's the weather like up in the Midlands? And Artie, tell us what it's like now things are starting to cool down a bit where you are, which is not far from Sydney. Blimey, hi, that was a quick shower. Daytime 18, that's 64 degrees Fahrenheit. No wind, but last few days it's been like 12. Well, to give you an idea, Artie, it goes down to 12 mostly at night. So it's comfortable to sleep in. But when it gets up to 20 odd degrees at night, then I do find that uncomfortable. We're not used to 30, 40 degrees in the day and 20 degrees at night. It's just, we're just not, that's not what we come to expect. But it can be crazy. And you know what to be expected of where you're living. And of course, when it doesn't quite live up to your expectations, that's not easy. For everybody's information, those mineral wagons are all day cold. And on the end, that's a Hornby British Rail brake van in black. They've done quite a nice job on it, so I'm not going to knock Hornby there. Okay, Roger. Yeah, maybe in Australia, mate, but it's a bit uncomfortable here. Something lower than 18 degrees would be ideal. But when it gets to 20 overnight, that's I find that a bit sweaty actually. Because you've got to remember that we don't have, as a rule, air conditioning. Because with a temperate climate, you shouldn't really need it. 22 degrees with the fan on last night. Yeah, all it's doing is moving 22-degree temperature from one side of the room to the other. And there you go. There's James. Hello, James. Have a cop open, my old friend. And James, happy Father's Day. Cheers, James. Happy days. What's the weather like where you are, James? I know the southern regions of the states, like Texas and that, and Arkansas and around there. I know they've been experiencing some really heavy hail and thunderstorms and the odd tornado. Train routes now ready for bench work. Well, this is good news. Yeah, you keep bashing away and we'll keep liking it. Ionizers work well. Yeah, I did try. Um, I think it was a bit underpowered. We needed. What you're seeing there, James, extending into the distance is, yes, it's a mineral train with on the front of it a what's known as, I'll just pull this into view, a crab. Um, as you can see, that says Backman on it, but it says Backman branch line. That's the UK version, and these are the guys to beat over here. This one, I don't know if you can see that. That tells you what it actually is. It's an LMS crab. And that, as you may wonder, is my Father's Day present, which I'm extremely grateful for. Richard got that for me, and I'm tickled pink, mate. I am. I'm absolutely stoked for that. It's coming past you right now as you get photobombed. There's the Horwich crab. It's a 260 wheel arrangement. It was a great workhorse, and it was called the crab because of its slightly inclined cylinders on both sides. So, yeah, it's a super model, and I'm absolutely stoked with that. Peter's having to wear cotton gloves to grip screwdrivers while building. Wow, okay. It's always an idea to work use something because there's so much acid and oil in our hands when we're handling models. Um, Having a pair of cotton gloves around is a good idea, I think. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I suppose if you're doing a lot of models and you want the experience of touch, then maybe it's not the best thing. The only thing I can suggest is keep your hands well washed and dried. But well, there you go. This particular engine is DCC capable. It does have an 8-pin DCC socket, but it's in the loco, and there's not a lot of room in there. So if I do go for DCC, then you're going to have a chip in there, which I'm going to have to shoehorn in. And I may well run a couple of wires to the tender and put the sound in there, put the speaker in there, I should say. So if we go that way, that's what will happen. Order the plywood, start building the bench work. Excellent. Was that expensive, James? Because it must be expensive worldwide at the moment. Peter says, I suffer with hyperhidrosis, so constantly sweating any weather. Oh, that's a bummer, mate. That really is. Um, it's obviously something they can't really deal with. Otherwise, they give you a pill and it would go away. But I guess it's not as easy as that. And for anybody who harbours a desire for a Dutch coploper, as you can see, it will be coming around the bend any second now, like that. This one was made by Lima. It's basic DC, but it runs very nicely considering it's got the normal Lima ring-filled motor in it. I can't fault it. I can't fault it. It's a really nice model. Somebody obviously looked after it. I got it second hand, third hand, I don't know. But as you can see, I think it's a cracker. It's interesting enough to keep your mind on the subject, and I think it looks great. Uh, did you run in the crab? Yes, I did, Robert. Both forwards and backwards, uh, on a clockwise and anti-clockwise run. So yes, I've run it to the right, I've run it to the left, and the same in reverse, which took me about an hour this morning. So yes, I did. I ran it in thoroughly. So the only Lima models now, Artie, are made by Hornby because they own the tooling for it, and they haven't done a modern day coploper. That's not to say they won't, because they do still own the tools. But the only one you can commercially get now is made by Marklin Tricks. So obviously, if you want a 3-rail run one, you can go Marklin, and if you want a 2-rail one DCC with sound, you can go Tricks. But be warned, they're between £500 and £600, or 500-600 euros. It don't seem to make much difference. It's very expensive, and I can't warrant it. I'd love one, but that's pie in the sky. I don't really fancy going back to work to be able to afford one. 3 sheets of 19mm ply and 10 3x2s cost 156 quid delivered. Is that 8x4 sheets, Peter? Yeah, yeah, that's strange. High. I've got a cop loper and you've got a wood loper. Um, yeah, it will cost more next year. Well, it will only go up. Good boy. Yes, I am. I am. I'm a very good boy. I the worst thing I could do is to say either no, I didn't run it in, or lie to you, and that's not something I'm prepared to do. So yes, I did run it in with my hand on my heart, and I think you know enough about me now to know you can trust me. Get plywood from a local cabinet shop. That may well be the best place to get it, rather than the big stores. Well, it's as expensive. If you want all the latest gear, Artie, it is going to be expensive. There's no two ways about it. Cheapest ply you could get that's size 8x4. Okay. Um, hmm. I must admit, I didn't go for the cheapest. I went for marine ply because I knew it would be getting damp out here, Dino. Yeah, marine grade, 18 mil plywood in the shed a while ago, and each sheet was 63 quid. It's now about 150 a sheet. Yeah, but then one big 8x4 sheet would do this whole shed. If you think about it, and you're economic with what you do with your boards and the way you cut it, you could probably do a 12 foot by 8 foot shed with an 8x4, maybe. No, you couldn't. I think it took two of them to do this because it's roughly what you're looking at there is a 2 foot section. Um, it's 2 foot down the bottom, and I think it's something like 2.5 foot or 3 foot on the other side. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get the tape measure and I can measure the bit in the middle, which I've got left, and that will tell you. Right, one tape measure. I've got 3 foot one left. So that's the bit that I operate in the middle of the room. So you take that away, that's 5 foot. And if this is 2 foot, that means that's 2.5 foot over there. Look it. Well, let's see. 2 foot. Just as easy to measure it. Now I've got the tape measure out. 2 foot, 2.5 foot, yeah. Why is made in China cheaper? Well, I'm afraid it isn't really, because you've got to send all your designs there, and then the prototype's got to come backwards and forwards until you're happy with it. Then you put it into production, and then you've got to transport it all over the world. And as transports become more expensive, China's not looking so cheap now. And of course, the company that makes really not makes it, but initiates it, they want their cut. You know, it's their company, and they're not going to do it for nothing. And of course, the Chinese want more than a handful of rice now, so you're going to get things more expensive. And it'll get to the point of parity where it's so expensive to make it in China, you may as well make it in your backyard. Yes, Australia is closer, but it depends what they do with their trade as to whether that's economic or not, and how well the Australians are getting on with the Chinese. There's there's more to it than just trade. There's politics as well, I'm afraid. They don't put any glue in it. Right. Oh, I gather you're talking about the plywood, Al. Yeah, it might delaminate or it might warp. So if you're going to use anything less than marine grade, make sure you've got plenty of battens. And if doesn't matter how many you have to put in, the battens are cheaper than the plywood. So put a lot of battens in and keep it well structurally sound. Otherwise, it might well turn into a wavy line. Yes, Ivo Van Zorn. Yeah, you're right, Ivo. It's um, it's cheaper if you're not interested in quality control. Yeah, just bash it out as fast as you can. Have a cop loafer. And I don't know if you heard, Ivo, but this is Father's Day today. Happy Father's Day if you are one, and if you're not, happy Father's Day anyway. Uh, Coming around in the other direction. I should speed her up a bit. Here she comes. This is what's known as the Horridge crab, which is a 260 wheel arrangement. I can stop it there. And it looks like that. It's got these inclined cylinders which give it the appearance of a crab. And the name just stuck, I'm afraid. So I'm not even sure what its class number is. And they call it the Horwich crab because it was made at Horwich in the West Midlands for the London Midlands and Scottish Railway. And it was a great workhorse. And that's my Father's Day present, which I'm absolutely tickled pink about. Well, that depends, Ivo. If you want to pay £500-600 for a Trix one, uh, I don't think so. 11 layer cabinet grade, 11 layer cabinet grades plywood, 3/4 inch thick for bench work. Yeah, that should do nicely. A wavy line gives a bit of artistic interest. Yeah, but as Lee found out in his loft, it's not helpful for running trains. A real train is not flat. Colchester Station is an example. Well, there's elevations no matter where you look. It depends if you want to model them, if you don't really have to. And I went for a billiard table. It didn't work out that way. There's got to be about a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch incline here and there. But that was because I wasn't using a laser level when I put it in. We've worked out a way to convert them to DCC. Yeah, not too difficult, Artie. Robert's layouts on Conti board, which for those in anywhere else but the UK, Conti board is melamine faced chipboard. The stuff that you get in kitchens, that kind of thing. Trix one is considered old now, as the PB models one is entering the market. PB models, can you give us a little more info on that, Ivo? And will it be a reasonable price? Yeah, as I just explained, James, it's chipboard with a melamine or formica covering. Yeah, it's the stuff they make kitchens out of. Particularly if you see a white kitchen, James. Or Art is heading off to bed. Thanks, Artie. Appreciate you coming along. Always nice to, I would say, hear your voice, but see you in the stream. And take care, mate. And I'll catch you soon, buddy. Yeah, melamine. That's it. And yes, it would need quite a sharp crack of a hammer to get any kind of nail through that. So it'd probably be better to use a pin vise and go through it first. €529 for one with all the DCC goodies fitted. Yeah. So once all the shouting and the obvious postage and package costs and import tax and all the rest of it, you're looking at 500 odd quid. Nah. There's timber surf. How do timber surf? I've been looking at all the various videos that were done at Crew, and I still don't know if I've seen you or not. And I don't know what your situation is, Timber, but happy Father's Day if you are a father. If not, happy Father's Day. You've got three strapping lads. Well, Timber, I hope you cleaned up today because just coming past you is my Father's Day present, the Horridge crab. And to tell you the truth, I am absolutely brimming with that one. That is a very nice present to get, and I'm extremely grateful. Nice. Peter's got two lads, three daughters, and 11 grandkids. Well, Peter, you should be absolutely clearing up. I mean, most of us get a card. Um, for those of you that haven't seen it, there it is. A little pannier. Happy Father's Day. Um, yeah, the crab's something else. So I'm just tickled pink with that one. Lots of cash for weddings. Oh yeah, three daughters could get expensive. Just encourage them to live in sin. Pulled a cyclist out of the water an hour ago. Well, I know there's lots of cyclists in Holland. So can you expand on that a bit, Ivor? Oh, in a canal. Crumbs. I gather they were going along the footpath and lost control of it, or put their foot down and there was no footpath because they were too close to the edge and plop. Well, I vote in the humanity states that makes you a hero, matey. And go swerving, disappeared in the grass, and went into a small drainage ditch. Well, 4 inches of water, I vote, and you can still die. Uh, you've done a very good thing there, and that's just something we should all remember, our humanity. It does get rather forgotten in our rather strange world. But well done, mate. That's a very nice thing to do. And your government ought to give you a bloody medal. Put him on the drive before he noticed he ended up wet. Right, yes. Well, the next time, guys, we'll watch Thunderbirds, International Rescue. Just think of Ivo. Yeah, that's half the problem, Robert. Most people would stand there and video it instead of jumping in and getting him. We live in a very strange world with some very strange people. But there you go. Well, the barbecue's getting warm. Okay, hi. Thanks for coming. Always a pleasure to have your company. And take it easy. Similar thing that happens to my dad back in the uh, early 30s. He rolled down a bank, fell into the canal, and a local railway driver or railwayman happened to be passing and pulled him out of the canal. He couldn't swim, encouraged him to go and learn to swim, but effectively saved his life. And if he hadn't have been there, then what would happen to me is problematic. Lee says he'll be live at 5 today for a workbench and chill. Okie dokie. Does this include any of our American brethren, or has that broken down irrevocably? New show. Okay. Well, I'll do my best, Lee, but depending on when we get hit by the thunderstorms, I may still be clearing up railway gear. But we'll see. Okay, thanks for coming, Robert. Always a pleasure to see you. Keep bashing away at your eye trains. I hope it cools down enough for you to get into the loft. If it doesn't, perhaps you'll be kind enough to do a patio party for us. From what I can remember, that was a real fun exercise. But thanks for coming, and you take care, buddy. And Alan's going to put the garden furniture away because it looks like it's going to rain. Okie dokie out. Again, nice to see you, and thanks for coming in. Tracks in the shed for the patio. Perhaps it might be time to make sure they're well rubbed and ready for action, Robert. That's just my encouragement. I'm not telling you what to do at all. Featured in Lord Owl's latest video. Yes, I know, Timber. Bit of a surprise, that one. I didn't know there was any footage of me. But it just shows you never know when you're being filmed. Garden furniture tends to go flying during thunderstorms. Well, it's strange, Ivo, but we don't tend to get the wind that goes with it. When the rain comes down, it comes down in stair rods, almost vertical. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a feature of the UK or it's like that over in the Netherlands. Over and out. Okay, cheers, Robert. Now, for those of you that know what a Bud RDC is, a diesel rail car, I found it actually in the shed, just under where my knee is, but it's at the back of the little shelf I've got here. So I should be running that next week, and I might actually get the Hornby 5 bell out, the Brighton bell. It's a slow moving one. You get the wind gusts 15 to 30 minutes ahead of the rain. No, we don't seem to get that. When there's a thunderstorm coming, everything goes deathly quiet. If there is any wind to speak of, it just drops. And then you really know something's coming. When I go to meets and see fellow YouTubers, they have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, Simba. Yeah. Uh, we will meet sooner or later. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, what larks. Yeah, one day. And there goes the crab. Does anybody know what this? It's not a competition, but it's like a worldwide coal train extravaganza. So everybody does a video of the coal train. Not decided if you're going to get this year. If you do go, Timber, if you go on the Sunday, I'll be there. And then what larks? Oh, there's Mark from Stanover. Hi, Mark. Right. Well, I don't know if you are a father, Mark, but happy Father's Day if you are or you are not. I'm just running my my latest acquisition, which is the LMS crab, which Richard very kindly got me for Father's Day. And yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, Captain Static. Perhaps you ought to be a colonel. Colonel Static. And here comes the trusty coploper. Lima. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dear. Can't wait to get your first show. Oh, it's a brilliant little place. Well, it's not little. I'd say it's bigger than most. but not as big as the biggest. But what it does have is a bit of atmosphere. It's difficult to put your finger on it, but as you're walking through for the first time, I just felt at home. Odd, I know, but you just go with your vibes. Stepfather. Well, happy Stepfather's Day. As always, it's lovely to have you coming along. Run stays the Lima Coploper, as you see before you. And shortly coming along behind you is the Horridge crab. I'll just slow it down so you can see a bit more. It's running very well. I did run it in this morning. And a suitable cold train or mineral train behind it. Yeah, it's a backy. It looks like that, Mark. Oh, yeah, it's one we haven't got, and it actually sticks out like a sore thumb that we haven't got a Horridge crab. Who was talking about a cold train contest? Yeah, I think it's an American thing, and I got a feeling Ben of Eagle Creek Railroad has done a suitable cold train or a cold drag, and it's just one of those things that go around the world. And if you've got a bit of time, put your cold drag together and do a video. I don't know if it's going to be judged or if it's just a bit of fun, but I know it's one of the American guys. I don't. I don't know. We're we're not a fan of the LMS. To tell you the truth, Mark. We've got a minimum of LMS stuff because about a quarter of a mile away from me or less is the London North East Railway, heading north. So it's not far away. There's a little the tiniest viaduct you've ever seen underneath. A roadway goes underneath. It's more of a bridge than anything else. But yeah, it's not far away. And if the wind's in the right direction, you hear all of the freight trains and all of the action. Who's up for a meet at Chester Cathedral for making tracks at the cathedral from the 26th of July to the 2nd of September. Chester, yeah, that's on the LMS. You can throw a bunch of unloaded coal cars behind a G10 if necessary. No scenery in any sense, just a coal train. I don't think there's that kind of criteria, Ivo. It's just show us your coal train, I think. If I find out who it is and I do one, then I'll do a little video and disseminate that. And I'll give you some idea in the comments of who initiated the idea. You would, but save and forget. Yeah. I don't know, Timber. I don't know. It's good as an idea to have a meet up. Yeah, I'm all in favour of that. But Chester's a blooming long way. But like the proverbial hole in the ground, I'll look into it, Timber. Yes, Mark. The good captain isn't allowed a promotion. Alan said that in here, this doesn't roll a ton. So he has to stay captain. Right. Okay. Well, in that case, you can always be knighted, Mark. So you might be Sir Captain Static. How's that? Well, Al's back. Right. Thanks, Chris. The Cold Train Challenge came from the Fostoria, Ohio Model Railway Club. Have you got that, Ivo? I will be taking a look at that. And who knows? Perhaps they haven't seen a Horwich crab before. Oh, nice one. You might make an exception to that. I do like the sound of Sir Captain Static. Yeah, I think it has got a ring to it. All right, let's grab the camera, point your back top. There we go. Well, hey, Niagara Falls, Canada. There you go, James. You probably haven't seen that one yet. Great. The Maid of the Mist. Been there, done that, and I have. And I very much enjoyed Toronto. I thought it was a fabulous place. And if there was anywhere else I was going to live, um, Canada would be top of the list. But I just thought the people were fabulous. It was a great, nice, clean country. Even the bums over there were polite. So, what can you say? Um, yeah, that was one of the best holidays I can remember going to Canada. And we did take in Niagara Falls. It was fabulous. Just one thing I will show you that we've managed to get hold of. I'll just have to do this quickly. Right. Up yonder top there, the driver's rosters. Now you can see the full effect of staring directly into one of those. Yeah, peculiar. And it says there, driver's rosters and a set of keys for turnover blocks depot entrance, turnover blocks wash pit road, turnover blocks set number 1, and turnover blocks set number 2, with the keys still attached. And over right in the corner, stop, sound horn before entering. That's a little bit of railway ephemera, if you like. Is that your best Tarzan impression? No, this is my best Tarzan impression. Sounds a bit too much like a platinum blonde haired DJ that nobody talks about these days, but there you go. Oh, there's Mick at Edgeley Park. Look, Mick, my glass is empty. Yeah, might have to have a beer now. Oh, you've had the kids round, but there you go. Happy Father's Day, Mick. I got a one of these. I got the crabs. So yeah, I'm tickled pink about that one. I am stoked. So Captain Sensible. No, so Captain Static. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it there. And go and get another cold one. Thanks everybody for coming and hitting the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. You don't have to. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your railways. Ice you around. And thanks everybody for coming. And until next time. No, I meant the DJ that you were talking about. Oh yeah, guys and girls, yeah, Jimmy Savile. Yes. Until next time, I would say au revoir. How does that when you put it? Auf Wiedersehen. Cheers. Happy trains, guys. Take care. See you soon.